thought I was gonna die.
Welcome to Singapore's Changi Airport.
We are here for an exciting one today because China Airlines could be one of the most underrated airlines in Asia. Where are we going to fly, Medha?
We're flying to Taipei, Taiwan.
And we're going to be flying on the A350-900.
I am going to take a step down, premium economy for me today, Liam.
Economy for me.
And business for me, and I'm really excited about that.
You're trying to comfort me because I'm in premium. Check-in is right behind us. We can't mess around now. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
What are you doing at my desk?
Oh, sorry. I thought this one looks a little bit nicer. Well, good morning from Singapore's Changi Airport, and let's be honest, it just puts all other airports to shame. I've actually managed to check in faster than those two losers over there, so, you know, economy wins.
I think I'm gonna check in 2 bags. Good morning from Changi International Airport. I'm Medha, and I'm about to fly business class on China Airlines A350-900. And what I'm trying to check out today is whether its business class is comparable to the other heavy hitters, for example, Singapore Airlines, Cathay Pacific, and JAL. I'm really excited to take Nicky's spot in business. I'm coming for him.
There you go.
Thank you.
Check-in done, that was a breeze. Time to head through to the gate area because security at Changi is at the gates.
So check-in was pretty smooth. There were virtually no lines, which honestly you can see it's pretty empty. For China Airlines business class, they have access to the Marhaba Lounge, and I'm really excited to go ahead and check out the lounge. Let's go.
Now, of course, Liam and I don't get any kind of lounge access, but Changi's one of the best airports in the world to be in when you don't have lounge access. And so we're gonna have a little wander around and have some fun, aren't we?
Bit of grub?
Bit of grub? Let's have a bit of grub. Now, this is something you just don't see enough in airports. A 7-Eleven with everything you might want, reasonable prices. Every airport should have this.
And let me tell you, 7-Elevens outside of the US are on another level. There is so much good stuff here. What have you found, Nicky?
My favourite.
We've got a gift for you, Nicky.
Oh, what is it?
It's a lion?
It's a lion.
Mermaid. A lion. Merlion.
I have made it to the lounge. This is the Marhaba Lounge. I will have to say this lounge is on the smaller side for business class passengers, but we didn't come here for the lounge. We came here for the A350-900, and I'm super excited to check it out. But first, let's eat because your girl's hungry. Ooh. All right, let's dig into this fish ginger sauce situation. Here are those sinuses. And what I love about this lounge is that we have a perfect view of our favorite thing, aircraft. Hi, Singapore. I'll try you one day. I'm pretending they're in there. But they're actually just roaming around the airport because they don't have lounge access. So. But honestly, I'm kind of jealous because this airport is a fun one, and I personally would love to see what they're up to.
It's always lagging behind this one. Obviously, it doesn't want to see the butterfly garden as much as I do.
Who needs a lounge?
Well, talk about unique airport features. It doesn't get much cooler than a butterfly garden anyone can just walk into here in Terminal 3. This is amazing. I'm going to call that one.
How cool is this?
So the butterfly garden is split across 2 levels here in Terminal 3. Anyone can walk in for free. You've got a waterfall there, you've got beautiful nature and plants, and obviously just loads and loads of butterflies flying around you. It's really quite magical and definitely a unique feature of this airport. Do you think I can stroke it or not?
No touching.
It's like the security guards for the business class. That's cute.
Right.
Okay, I love it. Hey, here we go.
Here we go, 4.5 hours in economy with China Airlines coming up.
Well, here we go. Time to board this A350-900 premium economy class. First time ever on China Airlines. Let's go.
Oh, as always, the sad, lonely walk through business class.
As I slide through the business class cabin, I am very impressed with this and a little bit upset that I don't get to fly in here. but premium economy for me, right ahead of me, already is looking kind of nice.
So it's only been 10 minutes since I've hopped on board and there's already a welcome drink. Here in my hand, it's a red plum juice. I forgot that when you're in business class, it means you get princess treatment. Okay, so it's time for the seat review. We're on board the A350-900 and this is seat 16K. There are about 32 seats in total in the business class cabin. This cabin already feels very airy and I think it has to do with the fact that there are no overhead compartments up above the middle seats. So as you can see, there are compartments here. This one's mine, it's 16K. It's fully spacious and it just feels like I'm not even on a plane. It feels like I'm in a hotel. And it is configured in a 1 to 2 to 1 reverse herringbone configuration. That means that each seat has direct aisle access and a lot of privacy. And although there aren't sliding doors in this specific business class cabin, it is very private. I don't have a seat partner next to me, but because of the way the cabin is configured, I can barely see them. I'm just really pleasantly surprised by how many compartments there are in this specific business class seat. So this is one of them where you can open up and it has a whole mirror display. And then down here is another remote where you can navigate the screen, plus different USB ports and a plug right here. And they have a headphone jack as well. The tray table on this business class seat actually folds in two and has a sliding maneuver where you can push it forward and move it backward. This IFE screen is about 18 inches, which is pretty expansive. It is on the larger side when it comes to entertainment. Now, the best part about business class seats is that they convert fully into lie flat beds, and this one specifically is about 78 inches long. There's so much legroom that I'm 5'3", and I think it can fit two versions of me in this legroom space. My favorite part of this seat is not actually the recline, the width, or the length, but it's actually this lamp over here. It just is a beautiful touch and it makes it feel like you're not even on a airplane. I have a lampshade in my seat. So classy.
Oh, and here it is, my lovely exit row seat for the next few hours. Tons of space here. First thing to note, the cabin feels super modern, fresh, clean. I believe these seats have been around since 2018, so pretty new in the grand scheme of things. The cabin is set out in a 3x3x3 configuration, so plenty of space there. And you'll also notice that I've booked a bulkhead seat. I paid around $90 extra just to have that extra legroom in front of me, and I think on a 4.5-hour flight, that's not a bad trade-off. The seat itself is pretty comfortable. I would say it's quite firm. There's not a whole lot of give in terms of padding, but that's okay. Behind me, I have an adjustable headrest, which I can move up and down like this. I can also fold it in at the corner flaps to add a little bit more support, and that is actually pretty sturdy. If I flip you up, you can see that actually I've got a decent amount of room to shuffle about in, and then I've also got this sort of divider between me and the left side and a little plastic armrest to my right. And since I am sitting at the bulkhead today, that means my tray table is located in my armrest, and I can flip it out like this and have it in sort of a single configuration like that, which is about as big as one of my hands, or I can flip it over. And as you can see, that is not a bad size at all for economy. You can also slide it backwards or forwards, depending on your preference. In terms of legroom out in front of me, you really cannot beat the bulkhead when it comes to economy. I can stretch basically all the way out without touching the end. And then in front of me, you've got this actually quite interesting sort of wood panel design, which I don't think I've seen on a plane before. And then also located in the armrest, we have my IFE screen, which you can pull out like this and then fold towards you. The IFE is controlled completely via touchscreen, and judging by this, it is nice and responsive with plenty of different movies to choose from. And then within your IFE screen, you have your audio jack along with a little charging port. And as far as I can tell, that is the only charging port available to you in this economy seat. And then testing out that all-important recline function, if I click in the button and lean back, that is actually a very hefty amount of recline for economy. Definitely feels more comfortable like that. And then finally, beyond my copious amounts of legroom, we have a little seat pocket where you can store your passport, your magazines, your safety cards.
And that is economy.
Well, here we are. Welcome on board this premium economy cabin on the China Airlines A350-900. Cabin on this aircraft's arranged in a 2-3-2 configuration. There are 4 rows in the aisles and 5 in the middle, and I'm sat in one of the window seats. Immediately on boarding, the cabin feels very calm and relaxing. There are browns and natural tones throughout. And getting into the seat itself, it feels wide, wider than your average premium economy seat. Well padded, nice and comfortable. It has this large adjustable headrest, 2 big flaps on either side that will help you rest your head if you're trying to get some sleep. There is a flap that comes up that you can rest your thighs on, and also another button to recline the seat. The seat has a hard shell design, so when you recline like this, the person behind is not affected at all. And this recline is pretty decent. One thing I will say is in the fully reclined position with the calf rest up, it's a bit of a weird position to be in. I feel like I'm sliding down the seat a little bit, but it's still quite comfy. Maybe I'm just not sitting in it right. There are 2 little tray tables in front of you, one for drinks, which is quite cool. I've never really seen anything like this before, and then also a very large tray table. For premium economy, this could be the largest and most sturdy tray table I've ever seen. It comes out from in front of you rather than out of the seat side. There's a small storage cubby just to my left, another storage area for a bottle of water in front of you, and a little storage pocket by the shoulder. You'll find a reading light on the side, and then there's USB-A charging and also a universal power port.
Right, everyone, it's time for the best part, the amenities. This is what everyone looks forward to on a business class flight. I have this beautiful pillow, and I just want to point out how luscious and velvet it is. It's so cute. Next on the list is this duvet comforter, and it is a dark chocolate espresso color, and it is China Airlines branded, as you can see here. And then the final thing is, as soon as I got on board, the crew members asked if I wanted some slippers, and I was like, heck yeah, my slippers. I'll slip into these later on.
In terms of amenities, here on the seat, there is a blanket, nice and soft in a mustardy yellow color that kind of goes with the rest of the cabin. A mushroom brown pillow. Now, although it's quite fluffy, it's in like a very papery plastic feeling cover, which I'm not really into. It's actually the same material that we have on the back right here, which is also kind of weird. And then some headphones. The headphones are China Airlines branded and noise cancelling and pretty comfortable.
Well, I don't have much to talk to you about in the way of amenities, but I do have 2 very important things. The first being a pillow, and guys, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is the least fluffy pillow of all the time. Literally, like the outer case feels like cardboard. I don't know if you can like hear or even see that, but it is so like crackly and stiff. And yeah, tell you what, you are not getting a whole load of extra support there. So unfortunately, it is a big fat 0 on the fluffy pillow score for China Airlines. They also have a blanket. It's soft, it's fairly sizable. So if you do want to get a bit cozier here in economy, then I think the blanket is the way to go. You can probably chuck away the pillow. And then finally, along with my crunchy pillow, you also get given a pair of headphones to connect to the IFE. Not expecting much from these, but beggars can't be choosers, and here we go. Let's give these a go. You know what, maybe I spoke too soon. Actually, the sound quality is very decent, no cracking at all, and they're completely free, so can't complain really.
Another amenity kit. I had no idea I was gonna get more stuff. I totally forgot about the amenity kit. So I'm taking a look. Dude, I'm dumb. This is not an amenity kit. Where's my amenity kit?
A few moments later.
Unfortunately, on this, not a long-haul flight, but it is international still because we're going to Taipei, Taiwan. There's no Machino branded amenity kits, which makes me really, really sad because I was looking forward to it. A bummer, but if you're on a long-haul flight for China Airlines, you're a lucky duck.
Thank you very much. Well, we're about 2 hours into the flight now, and I've just had my main meal brought to me. A little bit of a delay to service because of some turbulence.
Oh my god. Please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop.
You can't really blame China Airlines for that. And also, this looks like a very decent chicken and rice economy meal. One thing I will note is that they don't offer a vegetarian service on board, so if that is something that you want, you need to alert the airline ahead of your flight. Little sport situation. That is a rarity. I don't know if I've seen a sport on a plane before. Let's dig in. Based on the first few mouthfuls, that is seriously delicious. I do think that the Asian airlines, whatever cabin you're in, their food just tends to be a much higher standard than we're used to. And this is no different. The chicken, it's succulent, we've got a lovely sort of sweet, salty sauce. Rice is cooked really, really well. Honestly, look at the size of these pieces of chicken. They really have not scrimped out here. Serious stuff. And then to go along with my main, I've got this sort of interesting salad combination of what looks like seaweed, maybe a bit of octopus. There's some tofu on the bottom, I think. There's no description, so I'm sort of making it up as I go along, but let's give it a try anyway. And that tastes fresh, healthy. Wouldn't say it's particularly flavorful, but not bad. I also have a selection of fresh fruit, and that is sweet, juicy, refreshing. And finally, this sort of green, almost radioactive looking muffin, which the icing is almost stuck to the bottom of the tray it's come in, which is quite interesting. And if I can scoop a bit of that icing up, let's give it a try. Well, it may look a bit poisonous, but that tastes anything but. Really, really delicious. Very sweet, like a big birthday cake. I'm not complaining, it's good. And I'm washing it all down with a lovely big can of Coke Zero. I don't know what Nicky's having in front of me, but honestly, if you were served this in premium economy, maybe with slightly nicer Chinaware, I don't think you'd have any complaints.
Lunch has just been served on China Airlines and it looks pretty impressive. This is only a 4-hour flight, it's intra-Asia. Imagine a European airline on a flight like London to Cyprus, which is a similar length. You wouldn't get anything, you'd have to buy yourself a snack. But here, you get full comprehensive meal. It starts off with a shrimp salad, which looks really fresh. I've gone for the beef and rice. There was also a chicken option. There's a warm roll. The roll actually is very hard on one side and very soft on the other. Some fresh fruit and a Kit Kat. But first up, let's try this salad. The prawn is quite prawny. I'm not the biggest fan of seafood, but there's a lovely salsa underneath. That's actually gorgeous. The salsa and the prawn do go really well together. Now this is cute. Little beautiful edible flowers. Look at that. I don't know if I've seen that on a plane before. Lovely fresh crunchy leaves. And now I'm going to move on to the beef. Now this is good. The beef is steaming hot, tender, tasty, peppery oyster sauce. Love a bit of broccoli. Bit of a mushroom. Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Please stop.
Crazy turbulence going on.
Are you guys alive?
Don't know if you heard that gasp.
I hope Nicky and Liam are fine. That was crazy.
And just like that, it's back to normal. What I didn't expect was the crew to come along with ice cream. Now, this feels rock hard, definitely very frozen, but I think we're gonna have to leave this for a little bit. Lovely though.
This is the Singapore to Taipei menu, and for the main courses, an option of 3 different menu items: the oven baked ginger and scallion sea bass served with steamed rice, grilled steak served with truffle mashed potatoes and seasonal vegetables. The final option for the main course is a cup coffee, chicken with rice. But my favorite is all the expansive amounts of teas. There's English breakfast, jasmine tea, oolong tea, black tea, Japanese green tea, and a decaffeinated herbal tea.
Wow. Okay, so my first thoughts in general about dining service is that we have an hour and a half left on this flight, and they just decided to serve food, which it might be because of the turbulence that we experienced. My heart is racing. I hope Nicky and Liam are fine.
I ended up getting the coffee chicken with rice, which I'm really excited about.
This is the chicken. Oh, it looks so juicy. That tastes like coffee and chicken. Oh, and hot, but also very good.
This is the Tuesday dish. It looks very nice. It's a little on the sugar side, but I could dig it.
Heading on to the chicken and shrimp salad. Oh, that's delicious. This is the bowl of fruits. Honestly, dragon fruit is my favorite, so.
It is time for the best part, the dessert, and
It's black rice coconut with pandan cake. That's delicious.
the next thing on my list is my favorite, the Haagen-Dazs ice cream in flight. And finally, the tea. Princess treatment. This is what I'm looking forward to, is their oolong sparkling tea. Wow, that was delicious. It's subtle. It has a little bit of soda in it. It tastes very good. I can't stop drinking them. This drink is the best thing I've ever had in my life. This is my third one. Thank you. I feel happy. Cheers.
You lot know what it's time for, the Cool Bell Challenge.
Now we wait. Hi, you're happy. You did well in China Airlines.
I think those crew ran here because that was rapid. Well done.
Hi, can I just get a glass of water, please? Yeah, thank you very much.
Got to give a hand to China Airlines there. That was probably under 10 seconds, which for economy is rapid.
All right, guys, I made it to Taipei, Taiwan. It literally spells out Taiwan. That was, for me, one of the best business classes I've been in. So swanky. I felt like I was at a bar or lounge and just really enjoying my time. And the food was very well done. The presentation was gorgeous. They had the best tea mocktail I've ever had in my life. I literally had 3 glasses of that. And then they served hot tea afterwards, and it was just so, so good. I'm so thoroughly impressed by China Airlines.
Well, I've arrived safely into Taipei, and honestly, as economy flights go, that was pretty near faultless from China Airlines. First of all, I would definitely recommend booking a bulkhead seat if you can. There are 2 rows of those across the 2 economy cabins, and it makes such a big difference being able to stretch out on a 4.5-hour flight. Had loads of space, felt very relaxed and comfortable. And then the food, that was excellent as well. It was plentiful, it was hearty, it was delicious. The courses were all really great. The chicken in particular was a standout. If I did have one little gripe, it's got to be that crunchy pillow. You know me, you know how I like a fluffy pillow, and that was the furthest thing from fluffy I think I've ever felt. Honestly, aside from that, I would definitely fly China Airlines in economy again. It was a smooth experience from start to finish.
Thank you, bye, thanks. Well, that's it, touchdown Taiwan, and I was really impressed with that flight. It was only 4 hours, an intra-Asia flight, but it really felt like a long-haul experience with the blanket, the kind of crispy pillow, and the very good meal service. The food really was the highlight. The one thing which was my little gripe is that seat. A bit strange when you're all the way reclined, you feel like you're sliding down a little bit, and you do need to use the footrest in order to prop yourself up. But other than that, it was very comfy for watching TV, hanging out and relaxing. There was a really lovely crew on this flight. China Airlines is said to be an excellent airline, underrated in fact, and I completely agree. I thought that flight was brilliant. Premium economy is such a nice elevation above the economy product. Come for the food, leave for the vibes. This was a good one for me. And that was my experience on China Airlines on the A350-900 from Singapore to Taipei. Done.